Hey guys, welcome to American Wire. Unapologetic black conservative political candidate Royce White went on the David Pakman show and absolutely brutalized this snobby liberal weenie that we know David Pakman is. These guys just threw all politeness out the window and swung for the fences during this interview. It got off the rails. Check it out right here.
If you're going to keep interrupting me, then I'm going to keep interrupting you. What I'm saying is that the mainstream media, no, you're saying it's not going anywhere. I'm explaining it perfectly fine. The mainstream media is trying to depict or paint a picture of a rising, let's say, misogynist America First movement based on my one soundbite. But then you turn around and say, well, you can't talk about all feminist ideology based on Ana Navarro. What are we talking about? I'm not.
No,
first of all, I'm not doing that.
Let's see if we can reframe Royce, and then we'll move on. Okay. You've sort of been leading this, okay? You identified a number of groups. Hold on a second. Hold on. Let me just get the question out. And then if you disagree with the question, then the audience can judge for themselves. Okay. You indicated a number of groups. You named women, and you named Jews, and you named others that are making
and the LGBTQ.
it so that being an American citizen is no longer super important. We focused
Hold on a second, Royce. Women, I gotta be the able to LGBTQ, get the question out and Jews. I want to be clear.
Hold on a sec.
Don't say in other groups. Don't say and other groups. The four groups were blacks, the LGBTQ, women, and Jews.
Yes. We focused in on women.
Yes.
And I asked you for examples. And the one example that you have provided to justify the claim you made is something Ana Navarro said on The View.
No, just an example.
Well, give me another example. Who are the people saying that men are not useful?
Oh, well, they're not. Well, that just happened to be what Ana Navarro said specifically.
But you said that that's ideology. Who says it?
The ideology is that men represent the remnant of a tyrannical patriarchy, and by default, the usefulness of men is in question at a societal-wide basis.
Okay. I don't want to use all our time on this, but it sounds like we're not going to get any more examples, and the audience can kind of judge that for themselves.
So in this next part, David Pakman questions Royce about an incident he was involved with where he allegedly used campaign finance dollars at a strip club. But Royce White explains himself here and kind of gives his side of the story. It begs the question of, did it all go down the way that the allegations said it did? Of course, David Pakman's trying to drive home that this guy is a crook and he's corrupt and all this stuff. This is where things get totally out of control and these guys just go at it.
Someone else bought food at a strip club with campaign funds.
No, I told you about the FEC filing. You seem to have a lot of time for this one.
Well, it's because you're so obviously lying.
Okay. I'm so obviously lying?
Yeah, just tell me the truth. So did a staffer spend money on food at a strip club?
You white liberals have a lot of nerve.
That's identity politics.
You white liberals hate when black men vote Republican. You hate when black men say that they like being American citizens. You hate when black men say that we want to have a border. You hate when black men say stop sending our money to the Ukraine. And you go to the WWE politics to try and defend your latent racism. That's what it is.
Hold on a second, Royce. Aren't you against identity politics?
Absolutely.
So what are you talking about white liberals for, especially when
what do you
I'm
mean?
A Hispanic Jewish immigrant from Argentina?
Yeah, right, but you have a white liberal ideology. That's what's funny about it.
Oh, that's something different. All right, Royce, listen, when you start hurling stuff around like that, we do have to end the interview.
You have a post-World War II democratic liberal order, white liberal ideology.
All right. The man who denounces identity politics is playing identity politics.
No, I'm not.
Royce, I really appreciate you being on today.
Your latent racism is obvious. Make sure you post the interview. Don't be a coward. And
feel free
to have me back on anytime so we can talk in detail where you don't cut me off. I like this kind of stuff. You people don't.
I can assure you.
You people hope that every black Republican or black America First that shows up is going to kowtow and sort of, curl up and run into the corner when you cut people off. That doesn't bother me.
Royce, I can assure you,
women have.
Royce, you're on a new topic now. I can assure you, we will
radical
post the
feminists
interview,
in this country have certainly gotten way beyond the pale in terms of their ideology.
Royce,
100,000%.
You have my word.
You think it's okay to take little kids to drag stripper shows, but you don't think it's okay for grown men to get the chicken wings from strip clubs.
Royce,
you don't think that that's weird?
it sounds like a campaign finance violation. It's not my opinion, but Royce, we got to end the interview.
You can get food for donors. You can get food for donors from anywhere in the country you want.
We got to end the interview.
I could cater from Mr. Chow's, or I could get chicken wings from a strip club. That doesn't matter. But you want to take little kids to strip clubs, drag strip clubs.
All right,
and you think
Royce,
that's okay.
Best of luck with the campaign, okay?
So I got to say, the interviewer, Pakman here, is one of the most annoying personalities that I've ever seen on YouTube. And he's got a way of talking and a way of questioning people that is so condescending. He's trying to micromanage the conversation as if the person he's interviewing is a toddler or stupid, and he needs to guide them and correct them, and he talks over them just like a total jerk. And we all know these kinds of people. Yes, they're the snobby liberals. They're the people who think that they're so educated and above normal people, and they can talk down to everybody. To me, it's just one of the most annoying things in the world. But here in this interview, we saw pushback against that. I mean, finally, there was some retribution, and I think Royce White did a great job putting him in his place and saying, no, you're not going to talk down to me. You're not going to interrupt me. You're not going to try to guide and micromanage the direction of this conversation. I'm going to say what I want to say. And I don't care if you think you're better than me or you look down your nose at me. Shut up and listen to my answer. And I thought it was a great way to respond to this, right? You can't let the left bully you. When the left bullies you, it's not a aggressive sort of energy that's trying to beat you up and give you a wedgie and whatever. It's this very condescending, passive aggressive whininess, and they just they just keep hitting you with it, and it's just, oh my God, it's insufferable. So I thought that Royce White did a great job here handling this, and he calls it out for what it is. Like he says, you white liberals have some nerve. The superiority complex that so many white liberals have is disgusting to me. It's just, I can't believe it. There's no humility. There's no point of self-reflection saying, maybe I'm being a jackass here. It's just all, they get on their high horse and they trample over everybody. And he's not looking for a amicable conversation, a nice conversation. Somebody like Joe Rogan, for example, who even when Joe Rogan brings somebody on that he doesn't agree with them on everything, or he downright disagrees with them, he still affords them human respect. And I think that is kind of the bare minimum to expect when you're on somebody's show, when you're interviewing them. Afford them human respect. Don't be a jackass. Don't be condescending or passive aggressive like this. It's just, it's not acceptable behavior, I think. So anyway, let me know what you guys thought of this clip in the comments. Did you think that David Pakman was annoying? Did you think that Royce White won this exchange here? If you liked the video, please leave a like. And if you like the channel, please subscribe. And I'll see you next time.